Hey YouTube, was just coming by. I wanted to share something with you. When I started the journey to do IVF, I found this excellent board. It's called Fertility Community, and it's actually for the New Hope clinical trial. But we have a really good dialogue on there, and it's a great support group. So if anybody wanted to participate, even though you may not be in the fertility trial, I'm sure the ladies would welcome you with open arms. It's really awesome. But a couple of days ago, we got on a very real topic. We talked about fertility issues and how they're, or infertility and how it's affecting our relationships. And I was surprised that a lot of the women on there are having similar issues with their husbands and their partners. I know for me, when my relationship started, I was already trying to conceive. I was on the journey by myself. And so when her and I got into a relationship, she kind of joined it with me. And I got my first big fat negative in our relationship. And when I tell you, I was completely like, I'm really an optimistic person. And so I was completely optimistic about getting pregnant. I thought one plus one equal two all the time, and I would get pregnant like that. So when I got a big fat negative, it was difficult. We took a break for 3 months, and after that, I feel like at different points we had fought through the entire process. So the conversation was really, really good for me. So I did some research and I found this excellent article. I'll put a link to it. It'll give more detailed information. So I'm just going to kind of give a summary of what was discussed in the article and then kind of put my own little 2 cent in. So the author kind of discussed how with new couples, fertility problems may be the first challenge of your relationship. In my relationship, that was our first challenge. We were in love, everything was perfect, but then these fertility issues, trying to have a baby. When we first met, I told her what I was doing. I was fine with doing it by myself. I had just gotten out of a previous relationship where we were trying to have a child together. When that didn't work out, I'm like, okay, you know what? This is my dream. I'm going to do it on my own. So then I met her, and it was just like, okay, now I don't have to do this alone. I have a partner to do it with me. But then she, at times, wasn't really as invested in it as I was. So anyway, um, many couples are blindsided by the enormous impact infertility can present. Just kind of like me, I thought, I would get my positive, I would be a mother, and it's that simple. So we were both kind of blindsided by it. And one thing that I have failed to do is I've never checked in with her to see how this process is bothering her. Um, and this article focuses on male and female partnerships, but I can kind of see a connection between two women going through the process. Even though your partner's not a man, she's also not the one trying to get pregnant. So, um, but it says that women focus on the personal struggle, and men focus on the impact that it has on their relationship and how they handle the impact that infertility has on their relationship. In some cases is they want to try to fix it, and since they can't fix it for whatever reason themselves, um, they kind of go into withdrawal, and it becomes a negative experience for them. So I feel that's kind of what took place in my relationship. I can remember when we were using a known donor, it was just like every step of the process, we there was some kind of conflict. We're down trying to inseminate. We're literally arguing while I'm trying to get inseminated. It was horrible, horrible, and that can also increase some of the fertility issues going on. And I feel like in my case, a lot of it has. I've also had to reevaluate my life. I am a full time student. At one point, I had like 2 part-time jobs, so this is a total of like 2 full-time activities. But I've recently cut that down. I'm still going to school full time, but I work part time, and I'm a lot less stressed, and I believe that helps as well. So what then happens is that women see this as a lack of caring, And so we get upset and we kind of lash out. We question if we even want to continue to have a child with this particular person. Um, so the article kind of goes into three things that couples should focus on, and the thing that sticks out to me is communication. So the first one they said is we're in this together, where we have to get the mindset of this is not just about the woman or the partner in the relationship that's trying to get pregnant. Um, and what they did say is that couples that survive it survive infertility. It makes their bond a lot stronger. And it was funny. I was saying that to my partner last night. I'm like, all we know is this infertility struggle, and so I can just imagine, once we're pregnant, we have the child. We're gonna realize, like, wow, we've got through something major together and we didn't fall apart even though our relationship was so new. So I'm pretty excited about that part of it. It also says what's important is to communicate your feelings. And the way to start to effectively communicate your feelings is to start with your internal dialogue. Like, what's really your issue? Why are you so upset? Kind of what's going on with you on a deeper level. I know what helps me is to blog. I'm a writer, not like a writer professionally, but I love to write my feelings down. I've had a blog since I was like in high school, so I turn to that when I'm frustrated, and it helps me to get my internal feelings down. I'm not making this video because I'm perfect at this stuff. I'm making this video because it has been a learning experience for me, and I think that I'm sure other couples are kind of suffering too, but don't really want to kind of put it out there. But let's talk about it, so your relationship doesn't have to suffer. Um, and then just be aware. Like, the purpose of the internal dialogue is to become more aware of the assumptions that you're making. Like, you may feel that your partner doesn't care, doesn't want the baby, but it could be that they have their own struggles, but they just don't know exactly how to handle it. So, um, when your partner seems withdrawn, I thought this was really good. It's a good time for you to ask about them. I know I feel like, and I feel like if I'm talking about my infertility issues, it's not about her in this moment, it's about me. So, in order to prevent an argument, it would be good to say, hey, you seem a little withdrawn, during this conversation. How is all this making you feel? Instead of thinking it's all about you in that moment, which that's kind of a struggle that we have. But anyway, instead of thinking it's all about you in that moment, if you see your partner give a draw, kind of put yourself to the side and say, hey, what's going on with you, and that may help you to not assume so much and to kind of understand what's going on and to be a little bit more sensitive. Um, and another one that they said was good is setting up a structure to talk, like setting up a particular time where you guys just kind of discuss fertility issues and everybody gets an equal amount of time to talk. Like, for example, they gave between 10 to 20 minutes, so you talk for 10 minutes, he talks for another 10 minutes, and you just kind of tell how you feel. And it says you should do this on a daily basis. I think that would be really good if you have the time for it, or just start, wherever you can fit it in. But do it structured, like say, okay, after dinner we're going to talk about fertility. So, and then the last one was put fertility in its place. You should definitely try to nurture yourself, practice self care. I know when I was in the heart of doing the IUIs and getting the BFNs every month, I was going to massage therapy, acupuncture, Reiki. Was doing all these things to just keep me kind of grounded and not so stressed. And on top of that, work and everything. So I was, incorporating the holistic medicines, and I think that did help me. I know we've actually started going on dates a little bit more. So just make that time for yourself. And yeah. And let's see, kind of focus on the things that you did early on in your relationship, the things that kind of got you together, and kind of relive some of that. Because honestly, you're working so hard to get pregnant. Once you are pregnant, you're not going to have as much time for each other. So kind of cherish those moments with, that free time with yourself and with your partner. Um, Also, some other suggestions that they gave is cook together, do couples yoga, and ballroom dancing was another other suggestions. So you kind of fill in the blanks there. What do you and your partner like to do? The name of the article, I meant to say this in the beginning, is Surviving Infertility as a Couple, Tips for Facing Fertility Challenges Together. So I guess a little update on what I'm going through. I'm frustrated today because I got the free Gonal F. That's great, but now I can't get anybody on the phone to tell me if they're going to ship it or not. So I guess I'm thinking I may have to go to New York on next Tuesday to get my Gonal F so I can be able to take it if I'm ready to stem by then. So I'm just I really wish someone would contact me and let me know kind of what what they do about that, because I know the people that gave me the free Gonal F, they wouldn't ship it to me because they don't have the license. So I'm just concerned about if New Hope has the license to ship it to me. I sure hope so. I really don't want to go up there on Friday. Yeah. But then I went and dropped my Gonal F prescription off at CVS because I called the woman and she said that it was like $150. I'm thinking 300 total. Then I found a link. I need to post that one as well. I found a link where you can actually get like 48% off Gonal F. Excuse me. And all kind of other prescription drugs. And I actually used one and it worked. So that was cool. So I can get 48% off. But when I went up there today, it was literally like $900. So that would be like about $450, almost half off of that. So about $450 for the Gonal F. And if I can get it for free, I'd rather do that. And then not to mention, if I have to go up there on the 3rd, I can get New Hope to just run my test for me. I think Kaiser would do them for free, but just in case I end up getting a bill, I got all of it for free. Just had to pay to get up there. So hopefully I don't have to go that route. So I'm praying about it and I try not to stress about it. Then also with work, I'm working on trying to form some partnerships, and I don't know what's been going on, but people are not returning phone calls and all this great stuff. So I'm like the type of person where when I'm ready to get something done, I'm ready to do it, and I don't like having to wait too long for it. So I'm a little impatient, working on my patience right now. Well, I know some of the ladies on my fertility board got their BFPs today, so I'm very happy for them. So, also, it just kind of brings me to a topic we were discussing. I know a lot of women do a lot of like at-home tests and stuff like that. I just, with all the BFNs, not that I've had so many, but with the BFNs, I that's difficult on me. I rather, actually, I guess what I did was wait till AF showed up. Some cycles I didn't even test at all. Just wait till AF shows up, and and then I think with this one, I'm just gonna wait till my betas. So, and I know what's gonna happen. Kaiser is going to email it to me on my phone, and I'm just gonna freak out. But I look forward to getting to that process. And honestly, I was, for the last couple of days, no, maybe last week, I've just been thinking about how this blessed I am to be going through IVF. I don't know how I got here, because I've not always felt that way. I've always felt that if it ever got to IVF, I would just be so like sad about it. But I feel truly blessed, probably because one reason my IVF is not going to cost college tuition, but and just because the program that I'm in, the staff is great. You're getting the best treatment. You see the results. I know plenty of people that have gotten pregnant, and I've just been with New Hope for 2 months. So I just have so much faith in them, and it's a great feeling because I haven't had faith throughout this entire process. Let's just keep it real. So just have a lot of faith in the people that are working with me. Have a great support group. So I'm just feeling thankful for what I do have rather than what I don't. So thanks everybody for viewing. I hope this has helped at least just one person, and if it has, great. But all right, thanks ladies.